Hi everyone, my name is Tiwari, also known as Tiwari Yoga. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'll be guiding you through a short and really simple meditation technique that will help make you feel more present. So if you feel like your mind is always in the future or it's always in the past, or that you get really overwhelmed by any emotion, like you're really excited and you can't calm yourself down, or you are really angry, or you're really stressed, this is a really good technique that you can do wherever you are to just bring you back to the present moment. So we're going to start by just coming into a seated position, sitting up nice and tall, closing down your eyes. And just take a moment to get comfortable. So you might notice when you come into a seated posture that you want to just move around, you suddenly feel itchy, you suddenly want to shake out your body. So that's okay, just allow yourself to do that and move in whatever way you need to. Get comfortable. Allow yourself to just settle down and to soften. And you can do this by bringing awareness to the point of the body in contact with the ground underneath you. Feeling the sense of stability and feeling a sense of safety. And then let's come to the breath. How are you feeling today? Often your breath is going to tell you. So if you can breathe really easily, long, slow, deep, shallow, whatever your breath is like, it's going to tell you how you're feeling. A shallower breath is a sign of more breathing up into the chest, into the rib cage, kind of up at the top. A longer, slower, deeper breath is going to tell you that you're in a bit more of a relaxed state already. There's no wrong or right, it's okay if you are feeling a bit more stressed. That's why you're here. So just start to slow down your breath. If you do feel it's a bit fast paced, just start to slow it down. With me, we're going to breathe in for the count of 3. Exhale for the count of 4. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 4. Breathing in. Exhale. Good. Stay with that breath. See if it helps you overall slow down the breath. And stay with your eyes closed if that feels comfortable for you. The technique today in our meditation is not actually going to focus on our breath. This is more a practice to just get you settled and into the moment. But the body, the real body of the meditation, is focused on drawing around our fingers. So I'm going to show you exactly how we do this. But right now I want you to just continue with breathing in through the nose for the count of 3 and exhaling through the mouth for the count of 4. Just to soften, just to ground you, just to get you settled, just to get you ready. Good, stay here. I know it's difficult. I know sometimes our mind loves to wander, right? So if your mind is wandering, it's okay. You're not doing it wrong. It doesn't mean you're terrible at meditation. I want you to just try and be a bit more disciplined and try to just really focus on the counting. So if the focus on the breath is a struggle for you, that's okay. Focus on counting instead. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3. Exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. And continue like that, okay? Guiding yourself. And you can do this. You can absolutely do this. If you've got a noisy environment that you're in, frustration can go out the window. Don't worry about being frustrated. Don't worry about being distracted. It's a part of the meditation. Life is like that. Life is full of distractions. Actually, it's a good place for you to meditate in if it's really busy around you, because it's more of a challenge. If you can meditate in that area, if you can constantly bring your attention back to the breath away from the external noise or whatever it might be, you're going to be better at doing that in your real life. That's why the practice of meditation is so fantastic. What you practice in the session, you're going to see the benefits of in your day-to-day life. So stay focused on the breathing, inhaling for the count of 3. Good, exhaling for the count of 4. If you feel like you can exhale for a bit longer, go for it, inhaling for the count of 3. Maybe exhaling for the count of 5 or 6, depending on how you feel. Okay, so staying there and making this your meditation practice, making it applicable to how you feel today. To get into a more of a relaxed state, we do want to be focused on the exhale being a little bit longer, okay? That's why I've said inhale for 3, exhale for 4, maybe exhale for 5, maybe exhale for 6. So if you are altering it according to how you feel, do try and make the exhalation, that out breath, a little bit longer if you can than however long you're breathing in for. Good, last one together. Let's do it all together. Breathing in, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, relax, release, come back to breathing in and out through your nose. Okay, if you want, you can open your eyes. Otherwise, an extra challenge, keep the eyes closed and see how well I explain it without having you need to open your eyes to see what I'm doing. Doesn't matter which hand, but one of your hands you're going to bring out in front of you, okay? You can have a little bend in the elbow. You don't have to have the hand out straight. The hand is facing in such a way that the palm is facing towards me. And if you were looking, you can see the back of your hand. So you can see your fingernails. We're going to pick up our opposite hand, and with whatever finger, I like using my first finger of my left hand is what I'm using. We're going to start by placing that first finger at the base of the wrist of the right hand, because that's how I'm doing it. So I'll talk you through that way, but you can do the opposite hand. That's not a problem. And then we're going to take an inhale as we slowly draw that finger all the way up to the top of the thumb. And as we take the exhale, we draw the finger down the inside of the thumb. Really slow. Inhale, bring it all the way up, the first finger. Exhale, down the middle. Inhale, up the middle. Exhale, down the middle, opening the fingers up. Inhale, up your ring finger. Exhale, down the ring finger. Inhale, up your pinky, and exhale, down the pinky finger all the way down to the base of the wrist. Draw around the wrist, and we're back to where we started. That's the exercise. How calming. How does this work? Well, we're bringing our mind and our body and our breath all in unison, because we're inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up. You can't really think about much other stuff. So it really helps you from thinking about the future or the past, because you're really focused on this exercise, and it's so simple, and that's why people question, does it work or not? Because we don't really believe things that are really simple, but I promise you it does, and I want you to give it a go. So now you know what you're doing. If you did have your eyes open, that's okay, but I really invite you to close your eyes so you can get a little bit more into the practice. We can go a bit more inward. We can practice one of the niyamas as per the Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, which is svadhyaya. Svadhyaya means self-study, self-reflection. So we can really allow ourselves to be deep into this and really tune into our own inner wisdom. Whichever hand you did just do, just switch it over just so that you have an experience doing it in both. But when we get to the other hand, it's exactly the same, okay? So I don't want you to worry about, am I doing it differently on the other hand? No, you're doing exactly the same. So this time I have my left hand out. I have a little bend in the elbow. I have the first finger of my right hand. And then when you're ready, starting at the base of the wrist, inhaling to come up and exhaling down. Good. Closing the eyes. Good. And then moving back to the other hand. So we're doing the second round now. You know what you're doing. I'm not going to talk or walk you through it anymore, because I know that we're all going to be on different thumbs and different fingers. But again, inhaling to come up the finger, exhaling to come down, and really slow it down. There's going to be times when you want to speed it up. Those are the moments when I want you to really slow. Feeling all the sensations and the texture of our hands as they connect. Once you've done the second round on one hand, we're going to move back to the opposite hand, starting at the base of the wrist. Breathing through it, good. Doing really well. Keep going. Stay focused. Good. We're going to do one more round. We're going to do 3 rounds, okay? This is our 3rd round. So you might be a bit ahead of me, that's okay. If you're ahead of me and you've finished, you're going to place your hands in your lap and just keep the eyes closed and come back to focusing on your breath. If you're a bit behind me, that's okay. Just make sure that you make your way up to the 3rd round on both of the hands, inhaling as we come up, exhaling down the finger. Good. So once you've done your 3 rounds on both your hands, both hands come down to rest in the lap. Palms face up towards the sky. Or you can take Dhyan Mudra by placing the right hand on top of the left and get the 2 thumbs to touch. Dhyan means meditative or meditation, and Mudra is a gesture. Dhyan Mudra is the meditative gesture. We're making this with our hands. Just slow down the breath and notice how you feel. Just observe. See if there's any difference now compared to how you felt when we first started. Is there a change in your energy levels? Is there a change in your mental state, in your emotions, in your physical body? Just watch how you feel. And if you're like, I feel exactly the same, that's also okay, because it's about observing without a sense of judgment, without a sense of frustration, just observing how you're feeling. Breathing through any resistance that you might have. Good, and then slowly we're going to start to come out of this. We're going to separate the hands away from one another if you did take the mudra. Keep both hands away from one another, palms facing up. See how it feels after separating the 2 palms. Maybe any tingling sensations. And then really slowly start to flutter the eyes open. And bring your awareness back to your surroundings, back to the room, back to where you are right now. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed that. I know that some of you might feel really sleepy, so if you do, that's okay. Just take your time, make sure that you drink lots of water. As always, I like to say, just be a bit more self-reflective when you come out of any meditative posture, any meditative practice. It's good to just take some more time to observe. If you have a notepad and a pen by you, make some notes. Doesn't matter if they're complete gibberish, but just write down a little bit about how you feel. And again, come back to this video whenever you need to. A little bit of a reminder to be a bit more present, to be a bit more still. If you need to calm yourself down, this is always here for you. If you did like it, make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure that you hit subscribe so that you are always up to date with the new classes that I add on here. I also have a whole playlist, which I'll link up here, which is fully focused on meditation and pranayama, breathwork and meditations. So hopefully that helps, and thank you again. I'll see you in our next class.